Expense Telesales, and you're trying to uncover what are the best final expense carriers to help my clients with in 2025. Well, I'm going to give you some inside baseball on who's the best so that you can forget the rest, because it's so important that you have the right tools to take care of a client that sometimes is low income or middle income. Money is so important. So you want to use, first off, carriers that really know how to do true Social Security billing. This is the difference between you getting the sale and then it going non-sufficient funds and you get a major chargeback. This is so critical that most insurance agents don't understand. There's a difference between the best price and the best placement. The policies that stick and stay, those are the ones that are going to take care of the bills that they need this policy to pay for, but more importantly, you staying in business. So true Social Security billing carriers are absolutely paramount to you having the best chance of profitability. Carrier number one, if you're taking notes, and I'm going to give you a couple of them here, Transamerica. They're a great company, been around a long time. They have a product offering that gives funeral concierge services included for a grieving family at the point of claim, not only paying them out a great benefit, but being by their side to help them wrap things up when they've had a tough moment. So funeral concierge service are powerful in these companies. Transamerica does it, and we're going to dive into Rural Neighbors as well. They do the same thing, but this is a big deal. Transamerica can take a lot of risks that maybe another company would be graded or GI. They can sometimes get a day one handshake. Transamerica has Pin to Sign, where they can do text signatures, email signatures, and they can even do voice signatures. It's power. But true Social Security billing, my friends, is one of the reasons that you're going to love Transamerica. They interface with the client so easily. And the last thing you want to do is deal with a carrier that only email signs, and then the client gets frustrated, they're tired, they're fed up, and they say, you know what, let's do this another day, and then tomorrow never comes. So Transamerica, powerful company, great compensation, great placement for your clients. But most importantly, my friends, if you're in final expense telesales with a low income, middle income client, the billing has to be tight. It has to be perfect. If not, you're going to get popped with non-sufficient funds, chargebacks. It's not fun. So use a company like Transamerica that knows how to deploy proper billing. So when they get paid on the first or the third of the month, it's perfect. It's flawless. When you deal with companies that don't, you're going to get hurt. So this company, Transamerica, does great billing on the first and the third. They know how to handle direct express. They take cards, they take checking accounts, they take savings accounts. So you can kind of one-stop shop for a client that maybe only uses a card or a direct express. Transamerica will take that risk and allow them to use their money to make a deal with you. So Transamerica is a great company, powerful place, and very easy interface. Less than a 10-minute application from start to hopefully in approval. Now, they may not get approved for day one. There's times where that happens. They have great graded offerings. They really do. But Transamerica, powerful company for great clients that have checking, savings, and yes, card business. They believe in their billing so well that Direct Express, when you have it done with true Social Security billing, they'll even advance you. This is powerful with Direct Express. Transamerica, A1. All right. Now, number two, this is a company that's been around forever. All right. Royal Neighbors of America, great company, great risk for your clients that maybe have some risks that would, with a lot of companies and carriers, be a graded risk or a guaranteed issue risk. Royal Neighbors sometimes can take great people and allow them to get placed with day one coverage. There's a lot of day one coverage options that Royal Neighbors will provide to our clients, depending on their health risks with underwriting, that another company may go GI. Transamerica, by the way, does amazing risk work too. Great companies, but Royal Neighbors is another great level option. And Royal Neighbors has a great niche where they do graded as well as guaranteed issue. So they've got multiple layers depending on the client's health. So great company Royal Neighbors of America is. Unfortunately, they don't take card business. So they're going to be a carrier that you're going to use really for somebody that just has checking and savings. But Transamerica, dynamite on their billing. And Royal Neighbors of America, their niche is they do a lot of funeral concierge services too, and it's all included. I know there's final expense companies that will charge clients extra for funeral and support type services. Transamerica includes it with one of their products. And then, of course, Royal Neighbors of America does as well. But great companies. Transamerica, obviously, voice signature, text to sign, e-sign. Royal Neighbors of America has a fully telephonic application with just a three-way phone call. They also have text to sign. They also have e-sign. It's so easy. And it's so important that in telesales, you make it easy for your consumer to engage with you. You do not want to be in a position where your client gets frustrated and says, you know what, let's finish this tomorrow. I'm so tired. We've been on the phone for 2 hours. I just can't do this anymore. And when that dial tone goes down, your chance of getting that prospect on the phone, good luck. All right. It's diminished. So I want to be careful to help you understand why these carriers are so important. They've got a great niche. They take care of a lot of good options, a lot of health risks for day one. Powerful. And if you need some of these carriers, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. We do partner with amazing agents like yourself that are watching, as well as great agencies nationally to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and a ton of annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So free resources always for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. But Transamerica, amazing. Royal Neighbors of America, stinking powerful. And they even have a preferred price for day one risks with higher elevated death benefits. Dynamic company. I can't say enough good things about Transamerica as well as Royal Neighbors. They really have an easy handshake for your clients. And it's all about taking care of them so that there can be us, right, in business. But those are great level companies that do a dynamic job of billing. But Transamerica is going to be your go-to if they got a card in their pocket. Big deal for you, because you get people that may have a checking account, but they can't get their hands on it. You want to handle their business in a one-call close environment in this industry. So Royal Neighbors, powerful. Now, your GI carriers, my friends, you're really going to want to use Gerber, okay, for your guaranteed issue carrier. Are they the best at billing? Well, probably not. All right, they're not, but it's a necessary product. They do a great job. They've got a better rate than some of the other companies out there in the guaranteed issue space, and it really has some great benefits for the consumer. They take a card, they take checking, and it's really easy to do a full voice signature with Gerber. I know you're thinking like the baby food company, they got a great life insurance product for GI. It's amazingly priced for your consumers, but it's very easy, once again, from a standpoint of get a person on the phone, make a three-way phone call, and you're done. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do any e-sign unless you want to do that. You don't have to do anything beyond making a three-way phone call, and it's all wrapped up with a pretty little bow. This is so critical. In Final Expense Telesales, you've got to make it easy for your consumers to get the job done. Now, with GI, you got to make sure that you always understand that maybe Gerber's billing isn't the true Social Security billing that you may desire on the first and the third of the month. Watch this video at the end of this video to see what I mean here. This is going to help you. I'll give you a free chart on how you can make sure this is okay. But on certain months, you may have to follow up with these consumers to make sure that they've got enough money in their account to keep the policy moving forward. Because when they're paid on certain days of the week, it can derail you if you don't know what's going to happen. But if you get ahead of things before it takes place, like I say, watch the video at the end of this. It'll help you understand the impact of true Social Security billing. So that's a great company. Another company that you'll use for kind of some graded risks. It's not going to be a level coverage, really primary carrier for you, but it's GTL or Guarantee Trust Life. Great company that takes a lot of different options, does text to sign, does a voice signature if you need it, and does e-sign. Phenomenal. It's quick. Great billing, by the way. Billing, if you're not getting the message here, is important to you keeping your bucks. Not just making them, but what do you keep? Keeping that persistency high so that you don't get hurt when the first and the third falls around, or second, third, and fourth Wednesday of the month happens and it hits a weekend. Watch the video at the end of this. It'll make more sense. But billing carriers that do the best, GTL does phenomenal work. They didn't used to in the past, but they do in the present, and that's why we recommend them. So GTL is a great handshake. Gerber, a great guaranteed issue company. And another company that works really well, and oh, by the way, GTL only takes checking and savings, not card business. So if you've got a card in your pocket with maybe a consumer, you want to be thinking Transamerica or Gerber. But another company that you're going to want to use, and it's available in most states, is called Royal Arcanium. An amazing company that doesn't just give them their premium back plus maybe a 10% in the first 2 years. It gives a client a very significant death benefit for some conditions that maybe would be GI with other companies. Great company, great just environment to be able to take care of a client in a very quick application. Clients understand it. It's very easy to sign. And it more importantly gives the client's family, if they were to pass away prior to the 2-year mark or 3-year mark, a significant death benefit, way better than any traditional GI. So Royal Arcanium, great company. If you don't have any of these contracts or you need some contracts out here, reach out. We can assist you with some training and assistance on helping you with placement. But jasonfinalexpense.com, we can help you with that. But Royal Arcanium is way better than any GI. Phenomenal graded, phenomenal, even day one death benefit with that company, but very much an unused company in the final expense market that a lot of agents don't even know exists. So Royal Arcanium, phenomenal. Transamerica, the tip of your spear. Royal Neighbors, tip of your spear. It's amazing to take care of clients with, but GTL is a great one. And then there's Gerber as well. So to recap real quick, think Trans, think Royal Neighbors for your main carrier selections. And then you want to use a little Gerber for GI when you have to. Not going to be your every person company. It really isn't, but they're a great company that'll do a good job. GTL for your graded risks. And then you know what? Royal Arcanium is going to be a great one for some of your graded risks as well, with some phenomenal rates, but more importantly, better protection for the families that we serve, better death benefits than what a Gerber GI would do or an AIG or another type Corbridge would do as a GI. So these are some of the carriers that you're going to need in 2025. If you don't have them, reach out. We'll absolutely help you no matter what work family you align with. But jasonfinalexpense.com will be your resource here. Watch this video for true Social Security billing. I hope this video has been a blessing to you. Have a great day, my friends. And if we can do anything to serve you, you let us know. And remember, you've got what it